Ravi's hands trembled as he pressed send on the email. The report slid across cyberspace to his manager's inbox, a neat package of numbers and projections. On the surface, it looked flawless, sharp, optimistic, profitable. Only Ravi knew that half the numbers were a lie. He leaned back in his chair, heart pounding. No one will ever check that deeply, he whispered to himself, convincing himself it was harmless. After all, the contract on the line was huge. If his department landed it, his name would be on everyone's lips. Promotions, respect, maybe even the house his wife had been dreaming about. It was all possible, and all hinged on this report. The office around him buzzed with chatter and the glow of fluorescent lights, but Ravi's world had narrowed into the soft hum of his laptop and the rapid drumming in his chest. That night, he walked into his small apartment with a grin stretched across his face. His wife, Neha, looked up from folding laundry. "You look suspiciously happy," she said, raising an eyebrow. "Big deal at work," he said, casually, hiding the storm inside. "If this goes through, everything changes for us." She smiled, trusting, and went back to folding. He hugged her from behind, but a flicker of guilt passed through him. He pushed it down quickly. The following week was a blur. His manager praised him in meetings, his colleagues clapped him on the back, and the client seemed more than convinced. Ravi walked taller, laughed louder, and even allowed himself to scroll through real estate apps late at night. But the universe has a way of testing shortcuts. It started small. An email from the client's finance team requesting just a few clarifications. Ravi's stomach nodded, but he crafted careful replies, dodging direct questions. Then came a phone call, sharper in tone. "We just want to ensure the numbers align with the raw data." Raw data. That phrase made Ravi's blood run cold. For days, he lived in panic. Every ring of his phone felt like judgment, every email notification like a thunderclap. He found himself snapping at Neha for no reason, lying awake at night staring at the ceiling, rehearsing excuses in his head. Finally, the inevitable happened. He was called into the glass-walled conference room, the kind where you can see the whole office but feel utterly alone. His manager sat at the head of the table, a stack of printed spreadsheets in front of him. Two senior executives flanked him, their faces unreadable. "Ravi, do you want to explain why the numbers you submitted don't match the actual data pulled from the system?" The room tilted. His mouth went dry. For a split second, he considered spinning another lie, weaving another shortcut, but their eyes pinned him like knives. His voice cracked as he whispered, I thought... I thought it wouldn't matter. I just wanted us to win the deal." Silence. Heavy, suffocating silence. "You didn't just risk a deal," one executive finally said, her voice icy. "You risked the company's credibility. Do you understand how serious this is?" By the end of the day, Robbie's desk was cleared. His ID card was disabled. His name vanished from the team email chain as if he had never been there. Walking home with a cardboard box in his hands, Ravi felt the weight of the city pressing down on him. The streets were alive with honking horns and chatter, but all he heard was his own pulse, hammering in his ears. At home, Neha took one look at him and the box and froze. "Ravi, what happened?" The words clawed their way out of his throat. "I lied. At work. I changed the numbers to make a report look better. They found out." Her face crumpled, not in anger, but in heartbreak. "You always told me shortcuts don't work. You used to say honesty is the only way. What happened to that man?" He had no answer. He just sank into the couch, face buried in his hands, while the silence between them grew unbearable. The weeks that followed were brutal. His reputation in the industry spread like wildfire, whispers of dishonesty, warnings to stay away from Ravi. Job applications went unanswered, savings dwindled, even daily conversations with Neha grew thin and strained. One evening, after another rejection email, Ravi sat on the balcony, staring at the flickering lights of the city. A neighbor's child ran past, laughing, chasing a paper plane. That laugh pierced something inside him. He remembered being that child once, innocent, fearless, believing the world rewarded hard work, not deception. Somewhere along the way, he had let greed dull his values. That night, Robbie made a quiet decision. No more shortcuts. If he had to start from the bottom again, so be it, but with honesty as his only tool.
Months passed. He took odd jobs, freelance accounting for small shops, tutoring college students in finance, even delivering packages on weekends. It was humbling, often humiliating, but slowly he rebuilt not just his livelihood, but his self-respect. One day, while helping a local business owner organize accounts, the man noticed his meticulous work. He said, I could use someone like you permanently, someone I can trust. The word trust stung, but also soothed. It was something he thought he had lost forever. He accepted, and over time, that small opportunity blossomed. Word spread in the community, not about the man who once lied, but about the man who now worked with integrity, no matter how small the task. Years later, sitting in his modest but warm office, Robbie reflected on his journey. He had lost everything once: his job, his pride, his dreams, all because of a single shortcut. But in losing it, he had gained something far greater: the unshakable conviction that honesty, though harder and slower, was the only road worth taking. Sometimes, when mentoring younger employees, he would tell them his story, not polished, not sugar-coated, but raw and real. And he always ended with the same line: a shortcut may save you time today, but it can steal your whole tomorrow. Don't let it cost you everything, like it once cost me.